into the cloud. All right, welcome everybody to the 12 o'clock R9 Tech Bits mini series. Thank you for joining us today. We're going to go ahead and get started. Just let me move my, oops, I didn't want to do that. My Zoom controls out of the way. That's always fun. So, all right, so just a quick little PowerPoint that I created for you with a Bitmoji, which is really exciting. I don't know if you guys know how to make Bitmojis, but we do cover it when we go through our regular R9 Tech Bits sessions. Amanda is the one that actually has that lesson mapped out for us, which is awesome. Oh, Jen is coming. All right. All right. So welcome to the R9 Tech Bits mini series. I'm glad you guys can make it. So what are some outcomes that we like to accomplish in the mini series is just to become more and more familiar with Google Suites and other technology resources, identify ways to use those tools in work and in the classroom, and make sure that we provide a little bit of time to set up your new tools and practice and play together. So this is a really relaxed environment. So if you have any questions or comments, you can always chat them or make sure that you unmute and just pop in there. And believe me, guys, I don't know everything. My job is to kind of rediscover it and learn, maybe show you something new. And then if you have any questions, we can figure it out together. That doesn't mean I'm going to have an answer for everything, but I will try to, we will definitely get you something or somebody to help. So what are some TechBit norms? Just like any other meeting here at Region 9, everyone participate if you can. You could always choose to pass. Be an active listener, open and honest. Don't be afraid to take risks and find connections among our ideas. So I know that we all work in different areas. Some of us teach, some of us are in administration, some of us are directors. So just make sure that we find connections and ideas and talk about those ideas to support one another in our jobs. So on each of these PowerPoint presentations that I provide, make sure that you check it out because I provide tutorial videos. So this, as I'm researching today's lesson, these are the videos that I'm reviewing to kind of show you guys or teach or summarize for you. So make sure you check it out. We're going to have a practice and play session. So if you have time or feel courageous, go ahead and jump right in there and I may call on you. And of course, I always add my contact information. So if you ever have any questions or need to find the schedule, just go ahead and click on these links and you can get there. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and escape out of there and get back to my regular screen. So let's go ahead and get started. So today we kind of like, I polled everyone before when people were getting logged in, kind of on a scale from 1 to 5, how do you feel about, or how do you feel about editing a cell in a sheet and in your Google Sheets, okay? And you kind of were like 3, 4, 2. So we're kind of, we know about sheets, we know how to create a sheet, but we just like to discover more about it. And then also, what are some best ways to organize and sort in a Google Sheet and filter your data? We're going to talk about 2 different types of filters, just a basic filter that we use. And then we're going to talk about how to create filter views. So those are 2 different types of filters that we can utilize in Google Sheets. And then the third thing is that I wanted to kind of go through is how to edit. So just maybe some tips and tricks that you haven't maybe thought about in a while that we want to just revisit and reintroduce to ourselves. Okay. So I've kind of started a sample spreadsheet, and I'm going to go ahead and unclick my camera off. I'm going to turn my camera off just so I have a little bit more bandwidth while I'm working in here. All right. So, oh, Carmen's coming in. All right, let her in. So first thing that I would like to quickly go over, and this is just a sample spreadsheet that I found online that is about lots of data including movie titles, genres, and directors and names and stuff like that. So we're going to figure out how to edit some cells in this spreadsheet today, or Google Sheet. And then we're going to talk about basic views, filter views, and basics and filter views, creating those, and then how to sort. So let's go ahead and get started. So what I want to show you is like a little tip and trick editing tool that in case you've forgotten about, or sometimes you're just like, gosh, how do I create multiple lines when I'm in a cell? So I'm going to click on this movie title, the first title, and it's Two Guns. And what I want to do is I want to actually enter a line. So does anybody know how to enter a line within a cell in Google Sheets on a Macintosh or an Apple or a Windows machine? Can we remember? Or guess? Okay. So the way that you want to do that in, oh, wait, somebody chatted. Nope, Ashley McEwen. Okay. Hey, Ash. Okay, no problem. So what we want to do is we want to hit on an Apple, you want to hit Command Enter. Okay. All right, Command Enter, 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 Enter. See how it's adding all these lines? All right, and then I can type my text. So that's really handy, especially when I'm creating agendas or different types of lists in a Google Sheet environment. It's not just about like having your parameters set on your column and then typing the sentence as long as you can, making sure to wrap text. You know, you can add multiple lines and have bullet points actually within a cell, which is nice. So Command Enter is how I do it on a Macintosh. How would I do it on a Windows machine? Simply
it's Control Enter.
Control Enter. Yeah, good job, Amanda. Thank you. So Control Enter and Command Enter are the two ways. Wow, now I remember. Oh, good. Oh, I'm so glad. I know, right? You never kind of remember. We do these things so organically sometimes, Carmen, that but it's always good to kind of go back and refresh. So the nice thing about a Google Sheets, in difference in comparison to an Excel, is on Excel, it's a software that's on your hard drive, right? So a lot of times when you have to share or share that data with other individuals, it's about downloading and resaving and then making sure you're in the right version. With Google Sheets, it's a slim, trimmed down version of Excel, and you can pretty much do everything, the same things that you can do in Excel in Sheets. You just may have to approach it in a different way. So keep that in mind when you're working collaboratively. So if you're having to work collaboratively on with data, I definitely recommend Sheets to do that. So in Sheets, you have all the same editing tools or similar editing tools as we would when we are working in a docs. So like our docs, you want to pay attention to this second navigation toolbar, okay, which has all of your little icons. And again, they're very, very similar to docs, except with Sheets, you're going to have a few more accounting and financial percentage and number, dates and times, just ways of easily modifying your data on the fly. All right, you can, like, for example, these, the dollar sign, you can quickly update your column formatting currency using this dollar sign. There's also a format for percentages, moving decimals around quickly on highlighted or selected columns. And then of course, this 1, 2, 3 is going to give you a quick and easy way to customize some of your data. All right. The other navigation toolbar is always at the top. And we're going to play it around a little bit in our format tab today and our data tab. Okay. So as I'm here in the in my sheet, I want to sort or resort my release date column, okay? And that is column B. So I want to highlight the very top cell, which is B. And as you noticed, it just quickly highlighted that entire column. And then I want to click on data. And there's two quick and easy ways to sort your data in sheets. And the first way is to sort sheet by just by A to Z, okay? And you can sort your column B. So sort column B from A to Z. So it's going to quickly reorganize my dates from A to Z, or I can sort it from Z to A, right? The other option is to sort by range. So if you need to sort your column by range, you can quickly click on that. And again, you can sort by range on your release dates, A to Z, Z to A. Now, what if I wanted to get a little bit more specific and create a filter? And I'm working collaboratively with other individuals, and I just kind of, now keep in mind when you're doing basic filters, which is kind of just a normal filter that you create, that will translate to the spreadsheet that the other individuals that you've shared the spreadsheet. So it'll translate across the entire spreadsheet. So whenever you modify that, it modifies that view for everyone else. Now, when you create a filter view, say that I'm working parallel with somebody collaboratively, but I don't really want to, but I need a different perspective of that data, and I don't really want to jack with the entire spreadsheet and change the view for everyone. That's when you want to create a filter view. Okay, so let's first learn about filters first and how to create them. And then we can dive into how to create a filter view and the difference between those. So let's go ahead. I don't want to really mess with my whole sheet, but I'm going to go ahead and copy, make a copy, because I'm going to create a different type of filter or view for everybody to see. So I want to just copy this, duplicate. Okay, and then I'm going to just name it, let's see, action genre. Okay. 2016. So I've copied the large data sheet and just made an additional copy of my entire data. So I can kind of create different type, a different view or a different sheet and narrow down some data that I'm specifically looking at, or maybe some of my collaborators would like to look at as well. So let's go ahead and do that. So I want to do create a filter. All right, so when I create a filter, it's going to give me a little drop down box here within this one column. Oops. All right. And at this point, this is when you're going to kind of give it some simple conditional formatting about how you want to sort your column. So I want to sort it from A to Z. Oops. I want to do a filter by values and clear. And then I want to do by date range of 2016. All right, and I'm selecting all and clicking OK. So at this point on my second column, it should have definitely narrowed it down quite a bit, which it did. Now I want to try this again and kind of looking at my genre column, I see sports, horror, adventure, you know, all of this stuff. I only want to pull out action for and analyze the 2016 action genre information. So the way that I want to do that is highlight column E, go to data. I don't want to remove filter. I want to create filter. Hello. I want to create a filter. And then I would like to sort from A to Z again. No, actually, I don't. I want to do by values. Filter by values. Go. And then I want to only select action. Actually, I'm going to clear and then do action because that list is kind of long. And then click OK. And now you noticed in my second sheet of the 2016 action genre, I've been able to quickly create a filter for my other collaborators to utilize that movie data if they needed to. Okay. So does anyone have any questions on how to create a basic filter and utilize the different types of conditional formatting tools that we just went through? All right. Now, the next thing that I would like to discover with you guys or rediscover with you guys is how to create a filter view. Okay, so filter views are a lot different. Again, you're working with other people. It's a collaborative project, but I'm needing to kind of pull out some information. And I'm not necessarily wanting to mess with everybody's view of that data. So a way that we can do that is quickly create filter views. So let's go ahead and kind of do the same thing that we started with the release date. I'm going to go to data and I'm going to say create new filter view. Now, if you noticed, now the top and the side are now highlighted in gray. And it's kind of entered a new, and obviously I'm using my first filter view. Gosh, way to blow that out of the water and bust me, Google. But yeah, so I haven't played with this yet. We're kind of learning this together. So what this will do though is create a kind of list or a view that we can have access to. And I can share that view if I have another person that I'm working with that needs to also benefit from this perspective of data. I can quickly share that view and they can find it in the doc. So, or I can keep it hidden. Oh, private chat. Oh, very cool. Well, thank you. I'm not sure what was very cool, but thanks for saying that. So let's dismiss that. So I want to make sure that I'm in column B. I am going to rename my filter. So let's just say movie release date 2016. Modify. Okay. And as you noticed, kind of like we were just experimenting with the basic filters. Have you noticed I have this little 3 bars with the drop down in the B column? I want to go ahead and hit that because that's where I'm going to really narrow down my search and kind of sort it. And I can sort it by color, by condition, or by values. We want to do it by values, which is selected. I want to go ahead and clear all, type in 2016 of my dates and select all. So it's going to select all my 2016 dates once again. And then I'm going to click OK. All right. Now I want to go to my column E. All right. And I want to create a new filter view on this column E. as well. And so I want to filter by values again. I'm going to clear all and only select action, and voila. Okay, so now you notice that we're still kind of in this gray little type of segment because we are creating a filter view. Now, what's settings? Rename, update range, duplicate. Ooh, you can duplicate or delete. So that's a quick and easy way to delete or duplicate this filter, which is nice. So make sure that you check out all your icons, people. And then I'm going to go ahead and X out of here. And now I'm back within my main spreadsheet. Now, how do I access that? Everything. Okay. I keep seeing a chat and it's Emmanuel. You're so funny. Okay. So how do I access my filter view that I've just created? So the one way of doing that is we're going to go back to our data, and now I should see listed here is movie release date 2016 action genre. Okay. So I have that, and now I can select it for those views. And now, so whoever this sheet is shared with, they should be able to see that drop-down list and access that filter view that you have been working on without modifying the entire spreadsheet for everyone at the same time. So does anyone have any questions of how filter basics, the basic filters work and the filter views at this point? So going back and looking at my notes. Does anybody have any, have y'all all used this, the filter view before? Because that is the first time I've used it or knew about it. Chat.
No, I have it, April, and I love it. This is great.
I played with
Oh,
it,
good.
but didn't know what that gray thing was, so I kind of deleted it.
Like you were like, oh, what area am I in, right?
Yeah, I'm like, what did I do?
Yeah. Okay, so that's the kind of general gist of how it works. I'm so glad. No, not me, not ever used it. Good. And these are from individuals that constantly use spreadsheets. I know Carmen does, and so I'm sure Ashley does. All of you guys probably use it. So sheets. So I'm glad that we were able to show you something new today. And then we also talked about editing cells and adding multiple lines within that cell, which is like a handy tip to use. And sorting data. Does anybody have, I know we're going to get more and more complicated as we move forward in this series. Right now, I only have 5 minutes left because, again, it's TechBits mini series and it's only 30 minutes. So do you have any questions or anything specifically that you'd like to tell me about, talk to me about as far as learning moving forward with sheets? I'm going to show you one more thing. But as you're thinking about what question I asked you, chat to me or just open your mic. But I want to show you one more thing before we get off, which is a new feature. You can, so when I'm having large amounts of data in sheets, you can pick your themes. So if you go to format, so I'm going to highlight my entire sheet, go to format, go to themes, which is new. I can now quickly customize my look of, as we move forward, we're going to talk about how do I create charts, pie charts, line charts, everything out of using this information quickly in sheets where you can. And you can also pick different colors with color schemes, or you can personalize them or customize them. But just know if you go to themes, you can quickly pick a color scheme, highlight it, or customize. And then if you wanted to insert a chart quickly, oops. Insert chart. Oh, here it is. You can select charts to quickly organize your data.
Hey,
And
April, you
yes,
had a
ma'am.
question on how to lock cells as well so that they can lock
Oh.
one
Oh,
column.
freezing cells. That's the other thing that we
Yes.
were supposed to do. I'm so sorry. Yeah. Yeah. So I do have a couple of tricks on freezing cells. So it looks like we already have this, as you can see, the movie title and date release are already frozen. So let me get rid of that. So insert. So the way that you want to do that is you want to go to view. And right now and you want to go to free cell. Oh, there's my chart information. Gosh, it took forever to pull up. There's a lot of information on this. Sorry about that. I'm going to get rid of this chart really quick. And so highlighting your whole entire sheet, go to view. You want to go to freeze. And this is where you have a couple of choices. You can freeze up to column A. You can go 2 columns deep up to row 1. So I'm going to say up to row 1. And I'm going to freeze again 2 columns. So if you notice, I don't know if you guys can see this, but there's a lighter gray that's thicker lined. So basically that is telling me where I'm frozen at, how I've chosen to freeze my panels at this point. So if I scroll this way, now my data is locked in at least 2 columns, okay? And if I scroll down, now I don't lose my headers on wow, this is a huge sheet. Sorry, guys. So on the information, I can quickly just go through without losing my headers, okay? Now, what I did learn in freezing columns and rows is I can actually move that. And a quick and easy way to do that is you want to hover over this the light gray, thicker line where you're frozen. And I want to click and I want to drag it down to 3. All right. And now I've moved it to line 3. Okay. And the same concept applies horizontally and vertically. So again, hover your icon over the thicker gray line, grab it, and oops, that didn't do what I wanted to. Grab it and slide it over. And now I've pulled out my frozen columns a little bit further out. And now I'm able to hold it in place at column D. Cool? Will make sense?
Yes, that was great. Thank you.
Okay, awesome. Thanks for reminding me of that because I completely forgot that we were supposed to talk about, thanks, you're welcome. Freezing our columns and our rows. So, and that I did not know that you can, I always thought that you had to go to view, freeze columns, and then it just gave you only so much to work with. Well, now if you just grab it and move it, you can move it wherever you want. So that's really a nice feature. Okie dokie. Anything else? Thanks for your question. Is there a way to look information in cells so it doesn't get lost? Is there a way to look information?
Oh, sorry. Hi.
That's okay.
Yes. So
Hi.
I was wondering, when I'm working with a document that multiple people are working on in Google Sheets, you can sort of slide information. And I was just wondering if there's a way to lock information, like, if you look at your column or your first column and there's the movie title, Don't Breathe. If you were to hover over that, you could actually inadvertently drag it down, probably not because it's locked now, but is there a way to lock cell by cell so that it doesn't get discombobulated when multiple people are working? I don't know if that exists.
I think that there is a way to, well, I know that there's a way to do that in Excel. But with Google Sheets, I believe to be honest with you, I have no clue.
Yeah, I
but
think there is a way because I know I've been sent a sheet where some of it was locked and only certain people had access to change that information, but I could change other information. But I don't know how they did it. I just know that I worked on one that it was done that
okay.
way.
So, okay, thank you, Ashley. I'm so
April,
glad-
I've
sorry.
got let me share in the chat box.
Okay.
Here's the how-to on how to do that.
Okay, Carmen Span also did under the data protect, I'm sorry. Under the data protect range and sheets under the data tab. So let's play around with the data tab a little bit. Carmen does that. She works with sheets all the time. And also Amanda's adding a little spreadsheet tip and tricks on how to lock cells. And I just pulled that up online too as well. And it says, click right on the cell that you want to lock and then enter your protect range option. And protected sheets and range planes, open up on the right, click and add a sheet or range. Okay, so let's see if we can get this done. Good question. Thank you so much. See, and this is why we all come together, because I don't know everything, people. And I know that what I don't know, you guys will know. All right, so what did we say? We could either go to click on a cell and then go to data. Carmen?
Carmen had to jump off.
Oh, shoot. Okay. And then what did she say after that? Let's see. And under
Protect
data,
sheets. I think it's protect sheets and ranges.
thank you. Okay, protect sheet and ranges. I just did that. Did it do anything?
Yeah, you got popped up on the side there. It says add sheet or range.
I gotta move the chat, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay,
you gotta
so
move on.
add okay, description. And at this point, I can put anything, test. And range. So I guess I can, if I just set that permission, what does it say now? Okay, so at this point, sorry about that, guys. I don't know if you've ever been working and Siri just pops in your earbuds. Okay, so range editing permission. At this point, you can show a warning when editing this range or restrict who can edit this range. Does that help? Or is that what you?
So, and I think if you if you selected a whole row or a whole column or two columns, I think you could do the same thing where those columns would be protected and it can't be changed and other people can change other things.
Okay, that's perfect.
Yeah.
See, and I've never really played with that, y'all.
Yeah.
So test 2. I just want to set my permission. Oh, the chat keeps getting in the way. Restrict, I'm going to show you. Okay, save changes. Let's see. So if I try to edit this, oh, it looks like I can. Am I in the right one?
You can edit it because you're the one that's protecting it from other people editing it.
Well,
But if I tried to edit it, I wouldn't be able to.
it's dumb. Okay.
That's
Well,
super helpful because now I know what tab it's under. So thank you.
Oh, good.
I think
Good,
it makes sense now.
Okay. Awesome, Vanessa. I'm so glad. Good question. Thanks for that. Thanks for that. Well, it's 12:36, you guys. I'm going to end today's series. Hopefully you've learned something new. Oh, thank you to Miss Teresa. And we'll just continue to play and learn together. So if you have any questions or comments, you can always email me at april.frost@regionix.org. And again, if I don't know it, we'll figure it out together. I'm going to go ahead and stop share. And y'all have a blessed day. Stay safe. Keep your head up. Keep swimming. And just know that you guys are making all the difference out there in education right now. Oops, let me wait. I am waving. I just wasn't. Thank you guys so much.